Hello and welcome to the Velveteen Lounge. Good boy. What's wrong with our audience tonight? That didn't sound so good. Hello, welcome.
Hello, everybody.
Boy, we seem to be having all kinds of technical difficulties this evening.
I always like my difficulties today. Well, I'll wait till people get here. I can talk about it to myself.
We have 6 people here.
Who's commenting?
You can tell them about our difficulty. Okay. Your difficulties.
My difficulties, anyway. Lisa!
Hi,
okay, thank
Lisa.
You.
Good to see you.
Remember, I can't really tell here unless you comment, but Lisa likes to
comment. Hello, Eric.
Eric likes to comment.
Good to see you.
I bet Dime is here. I bet Dime is skulking around in the median.
Skulking? Dime doesn't skulk.
Median strip. There we go. Boom, boom, boom. Thank you for talking amongst yourselves. This is what this community is all about. Before we get too much further, I want to mention the comment that we usually do at this particular point of the evening, which is to say, if you're watching the rebroadcast, thank you very much. Remember, you cannot comment on existing comments, which you can add comments. You can always send us a PM. Thank you again for watching the rebroadcast. I mean, people are here for a couple hours of fun. If you watch 2 hours on a wow, okay, hopefully that's fortitude.
2 hours of fun.
Yeah, we'll be the thing.
We'll do our part.
We'll do our dangest. I mean, I'm telling you, like minutes before we went live, I'm like, oh, man, I'm just not in the right mindset. And I'm like, does it matter? You got to go live. Get in the right mindset and go.
Get in the right mindset. Get in the right mindset, pal.
I've just been buried in data all day, and I'm just like, and I'm sure,
Hi, Mom. Good to see you.
Eric can probably sympathize. Errol, if he's here, could probably sympathize. Many people can, but you know what?
Hi, Julie. Good to see you. We missed you last week. I'm glad you're here this week.
Oh, yes, it is very good. Yes. But yeah, and actually, if you caught some of the rebroadcast, hey, great. Like I was just saying, it's fantastic. People routinely watch the recording, and they're really happy. I'm like, good, yeah, absolutely. So there we go. But that's actually a long way of saying that, like, we got this sucker going.
Hi, Gettysburg, ma'am. Good to see you.
Got this thing going on, and strange noises. I had a fun thing today. Now
Lovely pals. I love it.
No, lovely pals.
Yeah.
It's like sort of plush critters that you can buy over at the the pharmacy.
At least you didn't turn into Data. There you go.
Oh.
I was looking at the bright side.
Captain, I believe that we are going into an ionic storm. Yes, Mr. Data. No, please. This is the thing. Great role.
Oh, thank you, Lisa. Hi, Pat. Good to see you.
Hello. This is a very Pat style matchy.
Yes, matchy.
Hello.
Well, I shared that matchy picture yesterday. I was like, well, then we got to do matchy.
You found that it was just crazy silly. So it's like you had to do that. And you had the best comment on that too. Proof that isolation between people started way before there were smartphones. With their 8-inch portable TV,
laying there in bed next to each other,
individual sets,
each with their own earphone in, watching their own TV.
This is right. What we were supposed to do. You have your phone over there, right?
It's over there.
Yeah. This is what we were supposed to do. See, I gotta leave over.
Oh, we should. Oh. I think I know what he's going to do. We should have come up with night shirts like they were wearing. Okay.
Yeah.
So so we could just be like.
Don't do that. God's sake, stop it.
Yeah, we're just watching our phones,
No.
All right, that's enough.
Hi, folks.
Already sick of my phone.
I was thinking we should have started the broadcast that way, but anyway, we can throw it in there as a good gag. And her name's tripping over wires because this thing is a little tight in here.
How is everyone?
Everybody, I was about to say that the reason that my day was aggravating was because I run one conference call a month. This is my contribution to business, is that I do not run 40 conference calls a month, or even 20, or even 10. And these people are like, could you get on a conference call and yak for an hour about things we already know that I sent you an email? I run one. It provides unique information. And you know something? I have something like 15 people on the call. Usually about 10 show up. We talk, we trade information, people update me, and then I'm like, okay, I'll send you the updated data. Boom, just like that. I am in and out of that sucker in 12 minutes. I do not waste anybody's time. I give people back 18 to 20 minutes of their day.
Yes, Eric says,
seriously.
Remember back in the day, if you were fiddling with an electronic gadget, you stuck out like a sore thumb. Yeah.
You remember what it was like, kids playing those little football games from Radio Shack? those kind of things.
From Radio Shack.
You know, I had one of these things. It was like a soccer game.
92 days till Halloween. Ah, yes, I'm counting down.
92.
I love it.
90. We were just remarking the other day about putting up the trees. They're putting up the trees because it came up about when.
Hi, Peter.
When Pepper Tree Villa has to put up their trees, and I believe they start in September.
Yep.
September, probably September 1. They're out there putting up trees, and they just like they have to get it all together because they have so many of the things. They do with the craziness we do, except we do it in I think a month.
We need to do it a little earlier this year.
We need to start a little earlier
because Thanksgiving is late this year.
But the big tree does go up October 1st.
Yes, so we can do Halloween.
Halloween tree, and then it transforms into Thanksgiving tree. And you may have seen some of this up on the webs.
That's the bomb game back in the day.
Mattel football. I just remember that, like, the Shack picked up on that, and then it was all about these, like, handheld
They already have their Halloween tree up, Lisa. I love it.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Pepper Tree already has their Halloween tree up. Hi, Errol. Good to see you.
The Shack was, like, all about those handheld games for a while, and it was just, like, fishing game, and soccer, and football, and, you know, lacrosse, whatever the hell they were hawking. And these things were probably, like, $20, and they were a great stocking stuffer, you know.
Yeah, Errol
probably
says,
cheaper.
Just because, yes. With those conference calls, just because you scheduled an hour doesn't mean you have to use it all exactly.
I have been in those calls which were scheduled for 3 hours, and we went out for 3 hours and 30.
Well, what about the ones?
And it was just, find me the noose for my neck.
What about the ones
Seriously.
where?
Why? Why do you do this to people?
You get on with someone, and this is especially true for actors. You get on a Zoom or something, and they say, "Do you have any questions for me?" And you don't, because you've done your research, and so no, I don't have any questions for you. I already know.
I know.
And it's considered you're considered kind of an idiot if you don't have any questions.
Oh,
so you're like quickly trying to like manufacture some sort
rack
of
the brain for something
stupid question to ask them. And it's like, no, I don't have any questions. I know the dates, I know the times, you know the expectations. No questions. But anyway.
I finish my calls by saying, I'll send you the updates, take a look, and then send me questions later, because nobody is going to have anything now that we've gone over everything. But later on, they're going to say, wait a minute, what about that? And bang. So I got it. Sure, absolutely. I'll finish a conference. People say, any questions for me? I'm like, no, but in about 7 days, something will occur to me, and I hope that your email is good, because I'll send something to you, and I hope that you'd be able to respond to it.
Maybe you'll. Hi, Dime. Good to see you.
Whatever the hell I'm presenting, I'm always available to answer questions in this forum.
Well, that's
I can answer questions. What did you do 2 drinks ago? Oh, yeah, it's right here. We just wrote that down.
I mean, maybe you'll have questions in the future, but I guess I've just been around long enough. I know to show up on time, knowing my lines. You know, we'll cross the rest of that bridge when we get there.
Oh, there you go. So pretty simple, people.
Okay,
simple, people.
We're 8 minutes in, and I don't have a drink.
What's in my hand?
Okay,
what's in my hand?
This is something I thought up today, and I'm calling it the Tree of Tranquility.
Oh, that sounds lovely.
Because not the bourbon, but the rest of the ingredients are derived from things that come from trees.
From trees.
So I've added 2 ounces of bourbon to my shaker and a ½ ounce of Marie Brizard Apri.
Apricots come from trees.
Yes.
A stone fruit.
I know.
Of
course. That's why I said that. And then.
And if you drink enough of it, you will get stone head. There you go.
½ ounce fresh lemon juice. Lemons come from trees.
Lemons do come from trees.
I need this. Because I'm already sticky.
I'm thinking of the song that we hear when Roger on the Saturday morning show is eating apples.
Hi, transmissions from the underground. Good to see you.
That sounds very.
Yes, Peter. Libation is in order.
Yeah, please. I think it is absolutely.
You ain't prepared nowadays, really.
Transmissions. That sounds like a very Kraftwerk kind of thing, and I was just hearing some Kraftwerk the other day.
Jesse. Hello, Jesse.
Yeah. Please get into the trunk. I need to go to the Kraftwerk show in Frankfurt.
To this, I'm going to add a dropper of Dram Palo Santo bitters.
Those are fun. Those are made out of a bark, which comes from trees.
Palo Santo,
Palo Santo trees.
which I found out today means holy stick.
Interesting. Oh,
And then a dash of hella Mexican chocolate bitters. Again, the cacao.
cacao.
So I'm going to shake that with ice and strain into my cocktail glass.
By the way, Eric is the operator with his pocket calculator. That's what I heard. I literally heard that one, and I was like, "Hey, it's clockwork." Bingo. Definitely. And of course, then there's numbers. This is kind of a classic of the genre. Trans-Europe Express. That gets a lot of airplay on that show that we watch up on Twitch, as a matter of fact. Beep, beep, boop, boop, beep, beep. Absolutely. Okay. Video games. Again with the video games. Oh, hi, I'll just be like playing football over here. Pinball.
Cool. Oh, yeah, Dime, how are you feeling? Lisa just asked.
Yeah, just wondering.
Yeah, I want to know.
Yeah.
Okay, so strain into a cocktail. Oh, do we have any chill glasses?
We do. Yeah, but you want a cocktail glass.
I do.
So just a minute while this thing is being recalcitrant. More things to fail on me today. Hey. Oi, man.
Do we have a shaker emoji? I don't think there is one.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen one. Jeez, I would have used that. There are plenty of little emojis for just like the drink in the glass, stuff like that there. Boom, 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 boom. One is just saying.
Thank you. And hi, Bill. Good to see you. And then.
By pressing down a special key, it takes my favorite MP3. I'm an Android.
Oh, maybe something to put these things on. And then I'm going to garnish with a twist.
We have nothing, don't we?
I'm going to go grab that other tray.
Yeah, I could kind of do that.
Garnish with a twist.
I'm trying to think of where I would place it. If I
You just put it like right over there.
Just out of reach of my two open arms.
Hang
I'm going to hang out and try this, though. Hi, Bill.
I feel more tranquil already.
Oh, yeah.
Holy
Yeah.
stick.
Start of the millennium, like as
Even a
in
few days ago.
the turnaround from like, you know, the 20th century to the 21st century. The pocket organizer of choice was probably that thing, either the Scion or that thing that
The Shack of Sit.
HP was selling at the time. Oh, no, I think it was AT&T had this device that was, it was a phone and it would pop out a keyboard and you would just type on it. And this was like the first texting device I had seen around 1998. It was actually pretty amazing. You know?
A furniture store named the Shack of Sit. The Shack of Sit. Say that after a couple of drinks.
How long she checks and sits, how long she sits and checks.
Oh, okay. All right, Gettysburg Ma'am. I'll take you up on that if we ever decide to go to Twitch, which I would love to. It's just hours in the day and then figuring that out. My God. Oh, Dime, I'm sorry to hear you're still in pain.
Oh, man. I have been in pain myself until recently. I think it's finally abating.
But I'm glad that the drugs are making it tolerable.
You know, if you really need, then it's time. When it's time to relax, one thing stands clear. You know what else stands clear? What's in my hand? What's in my hand?
It's time to relax.
Seriously. That's the thing. But
it's time to relax. One thing stands clear.
beer after beer. You know, if you get the time, I've got Heileman's old style. I still have some of that.
I can't actually think of that song without thinking of is it Vacation or European Vacation?
European, I think.
Yeah.
I think it's European.
One thing stands clear. Beer after beer.
His Vacation has a scene where he shares a beer with Rusty.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
son, I'm going to share a beer with you. And of course, Rusty's like, chug, 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 you know.
Yep.
Funny, you know, high school drinking jokes back when that was considered funny. Now, this is, I'm going to start with the classic myself. Had one of these recently. It was really good. I had one at the place it is named for. This is the Algonquin cocktail. I will need the rye, please.
Oh, Gettysburg, ma'am. I want to hear a funny story.
I'll take a funny story. So this is a classic of the genre, and it takes rye whiskey. We happen to have the Jim Beam, which actually has been pretty good. It was an excellent price, I gotta say. 1/2 ounce of pineapple juice. Oh, yeah, that's kind of interesting. That is a variation for you. Get that in there. And you think it's going to go sour with, say, a 1/2 ounce of lemon, and really it veers into a different direction.
Peter, I agree.
With 1 ounce of the dry vermouth. So
Right,
really, it's a dry Manhattan with the pineapple added. Oh, it is kind of interesting.
I feel like I like an Algonquin, but I feel like I could do with less pineapple.
Let's try this and see if I need
I
to
feel like-
jig the result.
This is kind of what I was talking about the other day. I was mentioning to Paul that I feel like drinks that have pineapple in them, most of them could use a lot less pineapple than they have.
That's pretty well balanced. I'm going to shake it up and see what I still feel that way.
Oh, geez, dime. Insurance.
Oh, yeah.
Ugh.
Insurance companies, huh?
Yes, nice to
I
see
can say
vermouth
that.
getting some love right here.
I sometimes just have a little vermouth when I just feel like wetting the whistle a bit. And among other things, it's actually got it's got herbs in it, so it's soothing on the throat, which is nice.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
And shake and strain into a chilled cocktail glass.
Ah! Kitsch remember says Monday my daughter and I went to Lowe's and they had blow molds for Christmas or for Halloween.
Christmas probably, maybe some
I
Halloween.
stopped to look at them when we walked away. It fell off the shelf. One fell off the shelf and hit her back. It's Attack of the Killer Blow Molds. No.
She got attacked by the killer blow mold.
Jeez.
No way.
Ah.
Ow. Seriously. I will take one of these peels because I think that's
Okay.
highly,
I did a lot.
highly
We have
appropriate.
more than we can use.
You frequently do a whole bunch of these. I forget to use them, and then we have a bunch left over, but I'm going to use one right now. And a little bit of that lemon oil expressed into the drink will be excellent.
Oh no.
A fine elixir.
I'll try this, but I'm positive it's going to have too much pineapple for me.
You pass me another bottle of that marvelous elixir from the shelf. That's a quote. Ghost blow mold.
Yeah, I mean, it's good. I want one. I want a Ghost Blow Mold.
Well, I guess we got to check that out.
Yes,
over
we're
at the
going to
Lowe's.
Lowe's.
Just going to Lowe's. So you think that if you would put a little more in the way of the base in there?
Yeah, or I would probably up the rye, of course.
Up the rye. I would up the rye.
And I would up the rye and down the pineapple.
I'll take the rye again. And I will actually add this. I'll make this 2 ounces base.
I want a Ghost Blow Mold.
And see where that brings us. Now, it's pretty easy to do this in this case because all I have to do, measure out about 1/2 ounce, make that 2 ounce base instead of 1 1/2. This formula came from an old Mr. Boston guy.
Oh, Peter, I think it's Halloween stuff, but yeah. A little early for Christmas stuff since it's July.
It's still July. We are not yet in
Oh,
August.
I need a suffering bastard and a painkiller. Oh, God.
So are you saying that you are the suffering bastard who needs the painkiller? Or you want one of each? Yeah.
Oh.
Now, bearing in mind that the suffering bastard is a trilogy. The guy named Joe Shalom, or Shalom, however he pronounced it, who was at not Raffles, he was at the hotel in Cairo. And he actually came up with the suffering bastard, the dying bastard, and the dead bastard. And I gotta love that that's the trilogy. It's awesome. It's just different proportions of the same stuff.
Well, we don't want you to be suffering, but we especially don't want you to be dying or dead.
Dying or dead? No, please. So I'm gonna give this a little stir, and you're gonna try it again and see if that 1/2 ounce made the difference that you want it to make. So.
Well, as was pointed out to us, you can add to a drink, but you can't take out.
Can't take away.
So you can't take out the pineapple, but
Yeah, it's there. It's there. Can they do anything other than
it's already better.
See? Improvement. A lot of our drinks have
I'm
a
gonna
2 ounce
change- I'm gonna
base for
say-
that reason.
I'm going to change it on the cocktail sheet.
And when you look at the amount of pineapple, you're like, that's kind of a lot compared to the amount of the rye that was there in the first place. 1 1/2 is a real standard pour. That's a shot.
I made it too.
And as a matter of fact, that's your standard of measure as rated against other alcoholic beverages. You'll see the comparison being made that a shot of whiskey is the same strength as like a 12-ounce beer, or as I think about a 4 or a 6 ounce pour of wine. That's the same amount of alcohol.
And I feel like now
so
that
if you're drinking, bear in mind, you have a glass of wine, do some shots. It's like you just had a lot of drinks.
I feel like that amount of pineapple is okay in there now.
Yeah, that works. It dried it out a little bit. Just a little
Told
bit.
her, I hope you're not traumatized. Ah.
Oh, well, yeah, there are. some
Yeah, as long
things.
as she didn't get hurt.
Yeah. Well, you know, those things, contemporary ones I find are very heavy because they've got more electronics on board. Back in the day, a blow mold was this big empty plastic thing with a light bulb. The light bulb was this big. So there's not a lot going on in there. The electricals is it. Notwithstanding, I've actually repaired a bunch of them in my time. Last year, I took out Frosty. He starts sparking. I'm like, you're Frosty, not Sparky. Had to pop out the electricals, take a look, and the wire was all hacked off. I'm like, okay. Having to grab that, do a little.
Frosty was sparking.
I had to like hack it off myself, strip it, do a little solder job. Now he's like totally rocking. So there's the thing. Sometimes I replace the socket. Sometimes the socket's fine. I've repaired Santa Claus, I think, 3 times by now. The socket in there is pretty old. I think I replaced it at one point, and then it was really giving me a pain, and I just said, what the hell, and just soldered it right on and said, you're good to go.
What about the Clockwork Orange milk bar?
Karova milk bar. That's it, my droogies.
Yeah, so we find a lot of the blow molds that we have found have like either they put sand in the bottom or like
I've seen
something to try to. Oh, we've also seen like screws because they would like screw them to the ground.
There was one time I rescued, I think, 6 soldiers whom are.
Oh
now
yeah,
in our
that's what
house.
he does, Pat. We just get a new cord
Yes.
for the electricals. Yeah.
Yeah, you can do that, and you can actually go to
Yep.
Lowe's. Will have this. You just get the cord set. I find that I have a lot of parts because I used to raid lamps on the street when I used to work downtown. You'd see a lot of IKEA lamps abandoned on the street because it falls over, it breaks, and then it's gone. I'm like, yeah, but the electricals are good. So I'd be able to yanking out, well, basically a 20-foot cord. It's like that I could use. This house is outfitted with those cords above my head. This thing in back of me we built. I think that the there we go. This thing was originally a container of cheese balls, I think, or a
No, those were
Publix.
Those were Utz
Utz They make great lamps. Great shades. So the rest of it is just the electricals, and away you go. It's very easy to do this. We did it on an episode once. Good stuff. But yeah, cord set it's easy. If the cord is like visibly frayed, you have to replace it. You don't even dick around with that stuff. Lamp stuff, we get a lot of lamp parts. We rehab lamps. We have a pair of pinks over there that we got ages ago. One of them was totally shot. It sat around forever. Finally, I just got sick of it and said, I'm rebuilding it, and did it. And we got new shades,
wow.
And they are marvelous now.
Yeah, Gettysburg. Yeah, some of ours have. Yeah, some of our candles have sand in them. It's kind of okay.
I've seen 3 variations. One is where people will throw in some gravel, which will tend to like fall back out. I think I've thrown in some gravel, and it's not the best idea. Sand you're supposed to put in and then seal it up. And I think, yeah, but the sand is going to like monkey around, and then water will get in there and make it really icky.
Ugh.
And then we found out our first pair of candles that we bought at a yard sale for 75 cents was wired together in an inappropriate fashion. I had to rewire them eventually. And the bases of those had bags of sand. So those are contained.
Oh, geez, Lisa.
They're heavy, and they do not travel, which is good.
I'm reading your comment about Josie.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Not too good. Oh, boy. Oh, whoa. Yowza. They get a little spooked. We've heard about that. I mean, I've seen friends' pets actually. The cats will scratch and the dogs will bite, and they get a little freaky. And we were at a friend's place once with a bird, and he was very friendly. And then he was getting agitated, and he started like chewing on my ear. He was like, nip, nip, nip. I'm like, okay, wait a minute.
Oh no, we had
But he was a great guy. He was a really great guy.
We had some friends who had a bird who never had any issues, but there were a lot of people at their house, and someone, they were like, you have to be careful with her, the bird, like, she doesn't like to be, she doesn't like strangers, I guess. And this one person was like, oh no, birds love me and everything. She ended up like, that bird attacked her. Yeah.
Don't assume. And I kind of assume that
don't have with that bird. Exactly.
I think animals are very skittish. They sometimes take to me because I'm quiet and friendly.
Oh,
So,
Peter's asking, can you find decent lamps at the consignment shops in Middletown? I've never looked, but we have a great lamp in our dining room that we found at Goodwill in Middletown. It was like $10.
Got that guy? That guy over there came from
That
Hampshire,
came
I think?
from Rhode Island.
That one came from Rhode Island.
That one came from Goodwill in Middletown.
Yep.
Yep.
There's another one that we got that came from a thrift in New Hampshire, which was really great. These two
Oh, that's
came
in
from eBay, I
that's
think.
in Glendora's room.
Yep. And you find them, the shade is usually shot to L, so don't worry about that. The electricals are frequently kind of corroded. On those pinks over there, I had to take the Dremel to one of them to get the parts out. And then it was just like, put a new lamp set in. It was really easy.
Gettysburg, ma'am, I was
Not a
going
big
to
deal.
say, we have to, when we put Santa on the roof, we have to weigh him down with bricks because otherwise he just falls
Yep,
over.
Santa flies.
Yeah.
Santa actually comes in two parts. The top part is Santa waving, and it screws onto the base.
Oh.
The base has the lamp fixture, which is extremely simple, kind of crude actually. But it's a long. I put a long cable on it so it will actually stretch inside and plug in. And all I do is put like 2 really large bricks inside there, maybe even 3, and then we're good.
Pat,
Otherwise, it's completely falling over.
Pat, maybe I'll wander over there tomorrow. Believe it or not, Pat says the junk shop right next to you guys has some awesome stuff. Okay, I've only ever been in there once. And I think there was an auction going on at the time. And yeah, they were in like another room, but there was an auction going on. I was just like,
Yeah.
But
I've been in there a couple of times.
maybe I'll walk over there tomorrow.
It's worth checking on occasion. I know that Marty, who tunes in sometimes, does check that out regularly because he's always scavenging.
Is there no leg lamp blow mold? I feel like if there's not, there totally should be.
There is the leg lamp about this tall, which we have right there. And there's a leg lamp about this
The
tall,
really big one.
which you can buy, which is literally like a replica of the full-size leg lamp. I don't know if I've seen a blow mold. There is a leg lamp nightlight,
Let's
which
see.
is currently sitting in our men's
That's
and ladies'
small.
room. That's about this big. And that's great. That's an LED light. It'll last forever, basically. And the leg lamp that's over there actually originally had a nightlight bulb in the base, so the leg would light up, and that burns out, and then it's a real pain to get it apart. So when I got that apart, I'm like, I'm buying an LED bulb and putting it in. Don't want to do this again.
Yeah, I'm mainly just seeing lamps.
Just the
but-
lamps, not the actual blow. That's interesting. Yeah.
We're not seeing blow.
I'm not seeing blow.
I'm not seeing blow.
Yeah. Not here anyway. I'm just telling you.
You know, I forgot to mention Christmas Story. We were talking with some friends the other day about movies that if you're flipping by it on TV, you could just stay on and watch the whole thing, no matter how many times you've seen it.
You're halfway through, you'll keep watching it. You're 3/4 way through, you'll keep watching it. You know, you're 15 minutes in, I didn't miss anything. I'm going to keep watching it.
And I forgot to mention Christmas Story because I completely feel that way about A Christmas Story.
Please, they show it for 24 hours around Christmas. One of these channels, I think one of them has been showing it for a long time.
Oh yeah, inflatables.
And
yes.
you just tune in when it's going, and you keep watching. You know, that's the kicker.
Yeah,
So
Christmas Story, Christmas Vacation.
Yeah, the inflatables. Those are popular because
Bad Moms Christmas, Legally Blonde for me, Airplane, Naked Gun.
I said Patton myself, and I stand by that. I could probably watch that. It's peculiarly fascinating. It's kind of like if we're watching, we're flipping channels and we passed Dragnet. I'm like, wait a minute, and suddenly we're watching Dragnet 67, and it's just fascinating. I don't know why. It's just routine police work. It is so boring, but it's not. And there are shows which I would watch anytime, but I would probably want to watch from the beginning, like The Prisoner, which is a classic of the genre. Great show. One of those things. I had a friend who was like, mother was all into The Prisoner because of Patrick McGowan, and his father was all into The Avengers because of Diana Rigg. So there you go.
Eric, I have to see. We have that on DVD too. I'll have to see if that's on our version.
Oh, Story Broadcast. I'll have to check that out. I've actually checked out. We have the Thin Man box set.
Thank you, Dime. I think I saw we have quite a few submissions on Amazon.
That's
so
good.
thank you.
Another friend was asking about the link because he's like, I got a new computer. I totally lost it. I got it to him, and he's just ordered $57 worth of stuff. Well, that's gonna equal a few bucks for us anyway.
Peter says, would Tommy be considered a film for the holidays? I think as much as a lot of them.
Peter, here's the question to you: does it feature a Christmas song? Ping! That's my standard right there. And why not? Why not? It actually takes place at one point over the holidays. So that's fair game. That's always fair game.
I feel like I'm cheating on Ralphie. Gettysburg, man.
Oh, gosh, yes. But there was a mention of the inflatables versus the blow molds. Blow molds, of course, are like blown out polyethylene. So it's actually molded into a shape and it's done. And it will not actually change shape unless you get the 40-watt bulb too close to it, which I've done. Yes, not good. But the inflatables, of course, are nylon, and they blow up like a hot air balloon with cold air. And they're great, except that what people do is they turn on at night and then they turn off during the day, and they're just like deflated Santas on your lawn. It's just like so ignominious. So I got to say, if we had those, they'd be going all the time. You know, a lot of electricity. I'd have to come up with like a solar rig so that the thing would be powered by the sun during the day. Yeah. Yes.
Sorry, I had to do a little moderating.
I think that somebody is fishing, and I'm not entirely sure of the legitimacy, but you know what happens? If you saw it, well, all shucks. These things do.
I had to do a little content moderation.
You know, I tell people all the time on this broadcast, do you make things? Do you do things? Have you made music? Do you have movies? Do you create anything whatsoever? Drop the link here. That's the kind of promo I will do on our show for our patrons, for our guests, for our viewers, etc. For our friends, have you done any of this stuff? Drop it here. Do you have a band you're playing? Do you have a band that you love? You want to promote? Drop it here. Let's find out what's what. This is all sharing of information. And I know that like Eric and Dime are like real partners in crime about coming up with music pieces or promoting things that they're like, oh, check this out, it's cool. This I appreciate so much because I don't have enough time to find all of it. Oh. Everything I find, I'll let you know. Obviously, around Christmas time, I come up with a collection and I share it. Pat. Hold on. I share it all with you.
Pat's going to bed.
I share it all with you. So that's going to be in 2 months or whatever. But Pat, hey, we saw you recently. It was so cool.
I know.
We were at Pat's pool. It was awesome. It's great. Yep.
Yes, get your REM.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Oh. Yeah, seriously. And Pat's talking about this interrupted sleep. We were actually discussing that while we were there. It's really bad, and I try like hell to get as much as I can where I can, and I'll be good. And I was talking about being at this thing up at the lake, and I would be like, I'm conk out really early, and then I'd wake up at 2, and then I'm good to go. And it's like, yeah, that's kind of a problem. So you gotta try to match it.
Had a guy that inflated a rubber glove to the size of a beach ball on the submarine. It exploded. About a minute later, sonar called wanting to know if there was an explosion in the engine room.
Hey, Earl, we heard,
said no.
Earl, we heard some noise and we're just like concerned because, you know. No, it's fine. It was.
I guess.
It was a what? It was a rubber glove.
I guess technically there was, but.
There was an explosion of some kind.
Not of the engine, though.
At least somebody wasn't lighting things on fire inside the submarine. That sounds extremely disrecommended.
Hello, Jack. Good to see you.
Hey, Jack. Thank you, sir. Thorolman said no. No. Yeah. Boom, 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 boom.
Every time we pass a house that's covered in inflatables by day, I always say it looks like an inflatable graveyard until the sun sets. That's the thing about inflatables to me.
It is, in fact, a little grave. You know?
I know. Okay. Controversy in the retro world. I know some of my retro friends who I love dearly would not be caught dead with inflatables.
However,
we don't have any inflatables, so I do not have a stake in this at all.
We have inflateds, that is to say, blow molds.
We have blow molds.
A lot of blow molds.
We don't have any inflatables, but
still collecting them.
I know that there is controversy about this because some of these retro purists despise inflatables. I feel like loosen the bone, Wilma. It's just Christmas decor. But it is weird when they deflate at night. I'm with you. That's very strange.
It's true. It's kind of like you want them to kind of go away into a little box so you don't see anything. And then suddenly Jack in the Box comes out and says, hello, like, I am
like
Frosty.
7 a.m. It's like,
you know, I think that like the idea of having them be solar powered is awesome. They charge up during the day and then they go until the battery runs out. Boom. When they finally die, it's like 4 in the morning and it's time. It's time.
You're right, Lisa. I'm a blow mold girl too, but do you get like upset at people who have blow molds or inflatables?
Yeah.
Like,
That's the thing.
like
I do,
really?
some of our neighbors do them, and they do some pretty elaborate things. And I'm like, great, go with it. A lot of neighbors do the projectors.
Please.
I've been into projectors for a very long time. I always thought that was so cool. We never had that when I was a kid, except for slides. And the slides, if you projected them, looked awesome. It was Kodachrome. It was fantastic. So I was like projecting movies, fantastic. We've done that at Halloween outside. It was really cool. And the folks who do the things with like the big projected snowflakes and patterns, it's great. I think it's awesome. I would do it myself if I found the right thing. So
I mean, it's not my thing. I'm a blow mold girl, but
there's room for a
like,
lot
it
of
doesn't
things.
upset me if I see inflatables.
I've not yet found something inflatable that I thought, oh, I gotta have that, And there's a lot of really elaborate things out there. There's a lot of things for Halloween that are huge, really, really super tall, and they articulate and everything.
Gettysburg
And I
Ma'am
think
has it
they're fine.
exactly right. I
They're
personally don't like them, but to each their own. Exactly. I'll stick
Cheesy
to my
decor.
blow molds and cheesy decor pieces. Exactly. Exactly.
It's like what people collect for dinnerware. Some people are like, I'm all into this pattern. I'm all into the cookware. I'm all into fire cane. Yeah, some people are all into fiberware. Go for it. Maybe you're into stainless steel. There's a lot of it out there. It's junk
Oh my
otherwise,
gosh.
so you might as well use it. That's a kicker.
This is the definition of a first world problem.
It looks like you just like took.
I did. I just.
You just took a switchblade and went. Ching! You had a.
Dun, 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 dun,
Dun,
dun,
dun.
dun, dun, dun.
It's like a switch flute. Chink. There we go. Try that out, sucker. I love it. I love it. And that's the thing.
Exactly, Dime just nailed it. I'm not a fan of inflatables, but I still appreciate they did some kind of decorating. Exactly.
If the folks
Exactly.
who are doing it get into it, they go all out. They go serious.
I'm lost with blow molds.
Serious
inflatables.
and hardcore. And suddenly it's just like a bunch of them, and I'm like, that's the thing. Go big.
Well,
Go
the
big or go home.
funny thing is, there are some people who live in our neighborhood, and at Christmas time, we do it at least one time. After dark, we'll make a couple of walktails and go walk around the neighborhood and look
What?
at all the decorations.
You're walking around with an open container?
Yes.
Oh. Well, Open
I
Container
love
Productions is the name of
By the
our
way, I love
company.
that it's legal in New York to just walk around with a joint now, but not a cocktail.
But not a cocktail.
Anyway, I digress.
Off the table.
I digress.
So maybe what you need to do is go out there with a doob, and that would be okay.
Kelly
That's
Joker
crazy.
Kill Bill moves. Exactly. I know.
that kind of
I'm feisty tonight. There is
There,
one
there.
person up where? There's one person up the hill who has like tons of just everything. Blow molds, inflatables, everything.
Projections.
And there's like no rhyme
Decor.
or reason. It's like it messes with my
Aesthetic.
curator's mind. Yeah, it messes with my aesthetic sense, but there's still a part of me that's fascinated. Like you just took everything you could get your hands on and just blew it up in your yard.
I mean, essentially, we are sort
Oh
of.
yeah, I like the ones that sync with music too, Eric.
Oh yeah, that's fun. Yeah, that's kind of a lot of fun. We are kind of the king and queen of cast-offs because we have literally found 9 out of 10 blow molds.
Thank you, Julie.
We
Julie
found
likes
this.
the idea of walktails.
Hello. Yes, she does. How many blow molds have we found versus how many we purchased?
We're into our blow mold collection for 75 cents.
So I'm saying that's more than 9 out of 10, like 9.5 out of 10 we have found.
Yeah, kind of like the holiday vomited on their yard.
Oh yeah.
It's funny. Oh, I just had to read this. Errol says, we have a neighbor that puts up full-scale 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, horses and all. I think that's cool, but wow, how much did that cost?
That is holiday season how?
That
I'm
is
just asking.
crazy.
That's actually sort of like a Book of Revelation.
Ooh, Nightmare Before a Christmas light show.
Slightly outside of the spirit of Christmas, but to each his own.
Oh, hi, Daniel.
Yeah. Hey,
Thank
Daniel.
for a cohesive, non-cluttered look. This was crazy. Yeah, it was really like the holiday vomited in their yard. And I can't not be fascinated by that. It was like Huffing Dragons and the Grinch. And it was just like
They had
all the stuff.
They had the cauldron with stuff bubbling, and it was just
Yeah.
amazing. Just amazing.
It's like they left up Halloween and also put up Christmas, which Nightmare Before Christmas. I get it.
There you go.
I get it.
There
But
you
it
go.
was very, it was
And, you know,
entertaining.
I'm syncing with Daniel's comment there, a cohesive look. We're not trying to like clutter it up so much as we're trying to come up with a lot of stuff that works on theme. So we have blow molds that go down the steps, and we have Santa on the roof.
Yeah, Peter
And
gets
that's about
it.
it.
Peter
That's about
gets
it. And Santa's not exactly on the roof as much as he's on the roof of the tiki room. Because if he was on the actual roof, it would be extremely steep, and I would break my neck putting him up there. So I'm not going to do that. But I'll put him up on the tiki roof because that's actually not, it's not inaccessible. Let's just put it that way. And the blow molds, anytime we find one, we found Frosty about 6 to 8 years ago, and he's been a feature ever since. His electrical was like bit the dust a year ago, and I fixed him, and he's doing great now.
They also had a full-size coffin with a vampire in it popping up. That's fun.
Oh, hello.
That's fun.
Oh, when you go to Spirit Halloween, they have a lot of stuff that works like that. So if you want to Halloween it, you got a lot of opportunity.
Light up electronic bells. I love that. I love that area.
Aria skeletons.
Skeletons. Ah, like a Harryhausen nightmare.
I'm thinking of the
I
number
love
of
that idea.
posters we used to have in the grotto that were Harryhausen pictures. I mean, astonishing. And everybody knows Ray. Ray was brilliant.
This is
This
is one, correct?
That's a 1. 1 and 2. It doesn't look like
All
it.
right, I'm gonna make another
There's
drink.
1 and 2.
Okay, so
anyway.
Oh, Julie says my sister's neighbor does a full walkthrough Halloween attraction.
Wow.
I love that.
That's so cool. That's so cool.
I feel like whenever I'm like, I love that, someone's like, so why don't you do it? Like,
Well, I'm doing everything else that we do,
know.
We still have all of this Christmas stuff. We actually rescued more last year that was being thrown away. I know I'm a scavenger like that, but around Big Trash Day, I take a look and see what's there, and you'll find blow molds. Good grief.
Oh yeah, Gettysburg
Good
Man,
grief.
please, I'd love to see it.
Yep. So hey, good to have it.
Yeah, we
Don't do that.
we have a lot of Christmas stuff, and we got more this year. Okay, so
Yep. It has. And some of the stuff that we
calling
picked
this-
up from our neighbor's basic fire sale next door, it was really just being thrown out for the trash.
that's what I was gonna say.
We started using around January when we did the January trip because it was all icicles and snowflakes, and it worked really, really well.
Okay.
I finally got them to work. So like sometimes you just have to hang on to it for a while to figure out where it's going to go.
I'm calling this You Can't Go Wrong.
You can't go wrong.
And I'm beginning with 1 ounce of bourbon, a half ounce sour cherry liqueur, and I'm going to do a half ounce of
Fresh lemon juice.
All of our liqueur bottles are so sticky.
Yes, because they're liqueurs.
Ugh.
I
Man.
swear. I'm telling you.
A half ounce fresh lemon juice.
Looking at our bucket here, did I really damage this earlier? I don't see it now. Maybe it was big enough. I set it down and suddenly there was a ding, and I think no, I don't see it. I don't see it. I think it was enough.
I hope not.
I'm
Okay.
glad.
And then a dash of Hella Mexican chocolate
Hella.
bars. And then I will take those bubbles if you don't mind.
Oh, we had some bubbles the other day because we
Ew.
had guests who are lovely guests, and we had some things. And we bought a couple bottles of bubbles, and we didn't kill 2 bottles of bubbles. That was good.
Oh, Peter says, I might make a suggestion for Halloween. I think you should get Barman, Spider-Man inflatable for the
Batman.
Batman.
Batman or
I
Spider-Man.
was like Barman inflatable.
Barman. Oh, that sounds hilarious.
Because there was a couple of years ago at Home Depot had like some. Clearly, I don't have my glasses.
Guy serving drinks.
Yeah, there was a bartender decoration you could buy. Okay.
There was a barman.
Thank you.
Hilarious.
Batman. Okay. Okay. And then I filled with chilled kava. Right. Right. I'm gonna. You know what?
Zzz. Hello.
I made a whole bunch of these lemon peels. I'm gonna use one.
Use one, damn it. Absolutely. You know,
Cheers.
this glass is a little spotty because it came out of the dishwasher. How can I? Oh, I know. if I have this nice bar towel,
Mm.
this will actually polish things up nicely. Check out that excellent terry cloth side, all cotton. And just look at that shine. So much better.
Dime says I want the co-pilot inflatable from Air France. Yeah, autopilot.
Apparently, you take a look at the IMDb about the trivia on that movie. That was staying in one of the Zucker's garages for a long time. I think he finally fell apart.
I'm going to take a page out
vinyl.
of Paul's book and give myself one cube.
So what did I just polish this with? Oh, yes, it must be a Velveteen Lounge Kitchen Towel. This is the teal model. We have the magenta model.
The teal model.
Both available to you. This looks very black here, but it's really teal. And they're available to you. They're an excellent pattern. They are very nicely patterned on this side and very absorbent on the other side in sort of boring terry cloth. But it works so well. I just polished it.
Oh, jeez.
If you're interested, let us know. That's commercial plug number 1. It's totally incorporated into the show. This is just like some 50s show where they start talking about their refrigerator.
Oh, Eric says, when I was a kid, there was a local house in our neighborhood, turned their house into a haunted house. They charge admission, proceeds go to the children's hospital. That's nice.
Oh, geez.
I like that.
That's a great idea.
But
yeah.
Jesse's saying there's people with 2-story Halloween skeleton in their yard. They incorporate it into more than one holiday. It's a great. That was like Home Depot, right? Had that skeleton, because I know people are still like really trying to get their hands on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was huge. And you could probably do a Nightmare Before Christmas thing with that. You'd have to kind of skeleton the guy, but it's not impossible. I'm just saying.
Oh, I think Peter, I'm sure there are superhero blow molds.
Sure, why not?
There must be.
Why not? There are definitely Halloween blow molds. We've seen them.
Lisa says you didn't use Cascade, Paul.
I did not, as a matter of fact, and it's streaky. Those ugly rings. What am I supposed to do? But they totally polished out with those.
Dirty rings.
They've totally polished out with those excellent towels, Lisa, which she knows because she uses them
share the link
all the time.
I'm going to share the link, and then we don't have to talk about them again.
Shameless commercial plug number 1. I will do shameless commercial plug number 2 a little later. They'll be totally incorporated into the action of the show. We don't break for a commercial. We just keep on rambling on, and there you go. I love that too. I love, like, you see 50 shows, suddenly they're talking about your coffee and which coffee you're using. Oh, is that Folgers? Boom. Suddenly there's a commercial.
Eric says, if I had a home of my own, I'd look for some decoration of the creatures from Where the Wild Things Are.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure that exists.
You know, I'm doubting
that
thank
ever... you, Peter.
Thanks, Peter. I'm doubting that ever appeared.
Thank you, Lisa.
And, there we go. Oh, yeah, seriously. You know, Lisa's a very good customer for these because she talks about that. And Peter's glasses, that has improved your wine so much more than you possibly could have hoped for.
If you're interested in a Glendora wine glass, please contact us separately because they're not on the store because they cost a lot to ship. So we would get you an individual quote. We could still ship them. Obviously, it's better if we see you. They are marvelous. They look like this. This one needs polishing too. Whoa. Yep. But it's a lovely thing, and it's got the full wrap from Gene & Company of the fancier wine box glass. I'm going to polish this. Get it from me. I'm going to polish this because I'm here. So, yeah, bingo. The thing about, there was a question about superhero blow molds. Yeah, it should have been. And there was a question about Where the Wild Things Are. I doubt those ever made blow molds, but I bet there were cutouts, like corrugated cutouts. Yeah. And if there were not, guess what? There's such thing as large format printing. You could make them. There are. You can buy them on Amazon. That would not be hard. I just a quick Google. Oh, bingo. You can buy King of the Wild Things. Where the Wild Things Are decorations. Cut out decor. Amazon. This is so cool. Well, you know, I grew up also on something called Printerville. I grew up with Maurice Sendak. They were brilliant stories. You can also get Where the Wild Things Are party supplies. Whoa. Okay, that's super cute. They were very good, and the kid in his like wolf suit. I'm forgetting his name. I don't remember that. Yeah, it was right there. Somebody's got to know. Aww. Posting a link to a similar Christmas situation. Hello. Good to know about it. Good to know about it. This is like a resource show among other things. Yes, Eric, there you go. We are sort of, I like to think of it as sort of a salon, and people will come up with ideas and post them right there. And you can take a look, and you can find out where things are. Back in the day, you used to have to go to something like the Whole Earth catalog to find out resources for strange things. These days, you can always go to
The Vermont Country Store
yeah.
has many unusual items around Christmas that you will not find elsewhere. They specialize. It's a great business.
Peter
We support
says,
them.
who remembers the cutouts on the back of the
Sure.
cereal boxes? I do. But also there was used to be a DJ on WFMU, Mac.
Yeah, Mac did the show with the cylinders. He would literally play cylinder music on the show. He had a cylinder machine. They would just like play cylinders. And he collected cardboard records. So
hold on. Okay. But he, at the WFMU record fair, he would have a booth where he had like all the cutout records from the cereal boxes. Didn't you just say this?
He had cardboard records.
He had cardboard records from like toys and like
all this kind of stuff.
And he had them just pinned up at the WFMU record fair.
Sometimes they were mail-in. Sometimes you had to cut it out of the back of the box. I saw a whole thing
Johnny,
recently about that.
Aloha.
But it's amazing.
Daniel says, okay, everyone run to Walmart. Says, quick tangent, Walmart has Dolly Parton party supplies.
Be still the heart. Whoa! We've been actually enjoying the Dolly Parton baking goods, like the muffin mix and stuff like that. Cake mixes have been great. They really like it. It's a good line on these things.
I also need the Dolly Parton party supplies.
You need such a thing.
Thank you for hipping me to that.
Yep.
I was going to go today to Ulta, which is in the same plaza as Walmart, and I did not go because it was raining.
Pouring rain after
and, I might melt.
Truth.
But I need to go tomorrow. So I'm glad I know this now and did not waste a trip over there because I do not go.
You wouldn't have known.
Oh, Johnny. No, these are vintage, but thank you. Appreciate that.
Absolutely. These came probably from one of those cruise ships where you could buy the matching outfits, and they fit like a glove. So I gotta say, they're made for us.
Oh, Errol says the picture of the dark-haired girl behind Paul looks like it belongs in Atomic Ranch magazine.
You mean?
That was painted by our friend Fred.
Not Jody. Yes.
Fred of Ninth Wave.
Yes.
Fred of the band Ninth Wave. He is also a very talented artist.
Do you need artwork for your album cover? Talk to Fred. He can hook you up.
He's super talented.
He's fantastic. You're looking at it. It's very cool. And it looks a hell of a lot like somebody we know, and he says it's not her.
Yes.
It's not her. So that's hilarious. Absolutely hilarious.
Is there a Dolly Parton fried chicken mix? Peter, there should be.
Should be.
Well, there's like cornbread mix. Could you?
You could absolutely take that and just make it into like coating. If you want that crunchy coating, use cornflakes. It's easy. It's not a big deal. Transmissions is known. Used to love the Encyclopedia Brown stories. I used to read those.
Oh, that's Jesse.
Those were. Jesse. Hey, thanks. Those were great because he would always decipher these like clues. I remember seeing one where he was. His father was trying to buy a hi-fi from the store. This is early 60s that the story came out. And like this guy is like, this is the latest model. And he takes a look at the codes on the back and he's like, this is 2 years old. So he tells the guy, like, I think you're wrong about that. And the guy's like, and they get a better price.
Yes,
you see, a little investigation saves you cash money.
Ninth Wave
I'm just saying.
Super cool. And Fred is
they're just
super cool.
All kinds of awesome. I can't even begin to name the number of kinds of awesome. Seriously.
You guys for me, says a Dolly Parton fried chicken coating would clearly only be for the breast piece.
Did we say that on the air?
Do you have her book? I got her book for my birthday, and I finished it recently.
I got the right. There we
go. All about it.
How much right do I need?
Dolly Parton behind the seams. It's all about. It's like kind of tells her story through her costumes. It's so good.
Okay, that sounds good.
Wait, were you going to name this New York?
Yeah, I was actually.
New York champagne cocktail?
Yes, I think it was.
Okay. All right.
There's something called the New York cocktail, and I decided to come up with a variation that is absolutely not a variation. It's a completely different drink, and calling it the New York champagne cocktail.
Do you need
Why am I calling it that? Because it's got rye. It also has the apricot liqueur. I believe apricots are grown in New York State. Lemons are not, but New York imports a lot of lemon juice. So there we go.
Oh, Eric, I've never even heard of that. Eric says, I really like the podcast Dolly Parton's America. Dolly Parton is a national treasure.
Well, among other things, she was instrumental.
I sang one of her songs today.
She was instrumental in financing a vaccine for that last big thing. And I got to credit her. She donated like 7 figures to financing that. It happened faster.
She did.
Therefore, there's somebody who knows when an epidemic is happening and wants to
people.
do something about it.
There we go.
Good people.
So I need a half ounce of the limon right here.
Wait, hold on. Jesse says, I remember Encyclopedia judged a bubble gum blowing contest and caught the winner who mixed peanut butter and gum to blow bigger bubbles.
Fraud!
That's cheating.
Cheater.
I'll
That's
take the
cheating.
apricot, please. Cheater. Yeah, and there was like a bunch of guys who used to appear in like Boys Life magazine, as they were like a gang of guys who did like crazy things with like junk. And what the hell was their name? They had stories that were fascinating.
That is nuts.
Fascinating. And I'm just thinking that that's our life now. We find like crazy stuff on the street and make fun stuff out of it. So I just actually combined about 1 1/4 ounces of the rye with half ounce of the apricot liqueur, the Brizard excellent product, half ounce of the fresh lemon juice, and I'm going to give that a bit of a stir.
Oh, that's nice, Eric.
And
Okay.
then, but wait, there's more. I'm going to try it. That's really good. Great base. Come up with a great base. You can't go wrong. Top with your bubbles. This is kava.
There's more, right?
I'm looking at like half a bottle of kava right now.
I was so
Right now.
excited to realize we had
Most of a bottle of
most
kava.
of a bottle of bubbles. I didn't think we
Oh.
had any, so I didn't even think about it.
Yep.
Oh, Dollywood's a very cool park. We have a friend who goes to Dollywood. He travels a lot for business, and he goes to Dollywood all the time.
All right, get that. Part of my try. I'm not sure I tried yours.
Oh, that's good. I like that.
That is as well.
Yep.
Very happy with
All
the
right.
bubbly drinks. It is very hard to go wrong with a bubbly drink that is basically based around the bones of the French 75. You could do a lot of variations on that. Give myself the hiccups. Might have to step out for a second. Breathing slowly.
Hold
You
your
can do a
breath.
lot of variations. Kick the solar plexus
Okay, everybody
pretty hard.
Scare Paul.
Ah! I just thought of something very scary I'm not going to mention on the air.
No, don't.
Yep, nope. And actually, this is doing a lot of good. You can do a lot of variations on the French 75 for here, there, and everywhere. They could be sours. They could be more like a martini
Yes.
with a bunch of bubbles on top. Interesting things.
You sound like you
Can
took
have
the
it.
Sprite challenge. Yes, Dolly is beautiful inside and out.
Yep, that's a thing. That's a thing.
She's
And
a national treasure.
and among other things, she writes fantastic songs for the past 55 years.
Yeah, she's
Something
been
like
doing
that.
this.
I mean, I'd have to look at like when
For a
she
long
started
time.
writing songs, which is going to be longer than that. I mean, she started out with Porter Wagoner, who apparently didn't treat her well, and then she stopped
No, I
being
don't-
with Porter Wagoner.
No,
So there you go.
Okay, but if you read her book, which I just did, I mean, I don't think it was a big blow up. I think they went their separate ways, but
All right, so I overstate things. I'm thinking about like the way these things
Oh.
usually go in entertainment.
come again. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. That was a huge hit. That was her first like crossover hit because she was pretty solidly a country artist, and then suddenly she had a big pop hit, and that was followed by another pop hit.
Oh, thank you,
And then it was
Dime.
followed by like 9 to 5, and it was like this huge thing.
Dime.
And it was a movie, and then eventually it was a Broadway show. It's just like a lot happened. She wrote the music for the Broadway show.
Gettysburg Mem says, has anyone been watching the Olympic Games?
Oh yeah, okay.
I've been
no.
following the news. I haven't been watching.
Yeah.
But I've been following the news, and I was super excited about Simone Biles because I'm a
Hello.
fan.
You know.
And then Pommel Horse Guy. I'm also a fan of Pommel Horse Guy now. Which, if you don't know what I'm talking about, just Google Pommel Horse Guy. It's so funny. Her husband doesn't like her music as much as rock and roll. I know. He just like stays out of the spotlight. Like she talks about in her book how early on she took him to an event and he hated it. He's like, please don't ever make me do that again. And they're still together.
Well,
you know?
she respected his
Yes,
desires, and
the
away you
women's
go.
team. I love
Away you
it.
go. Yeah. The women's team in music is very strong and has been for a long time, and because I think the gals have to be a lot harder to make these things happen because they take a lot of flack.
But Pommel Horse Guy is
I'm gonna have to take a look at that now because
Yeah.
I miss Pommel Horse Guy. But there you go.
It's like Clark Kent.
Clark Kent.
Because he wears glasses, but when he's not doing the pommel horse, because he can't wear them and do that.
compete.
So
Well, you could wear like one of those croquis and keep the glasses on, you know.
yeah, apparently he has like 2 different conditions in his eyes. Like, I don't. I mean,
Okay.
I do too.
Okay.
So I mean, yeah, but he like takes them off to compete.
I'm thinking
But,
about
yeah.
I'm thinking about the Winter
Oh,
Olympics.
Julie says love pommel horse guys. See,
There we go.
No,
There you go.
I watched his whole thing today. I was like, oh, I love him.
Well, I'm thinking about the Winter Olympics people, like the folks who would do ski jumps and all that. That's like a really hard land. And then there's folks who do this extremely steep ski jump, wham, do 15 twists and land. And it's like, gee, bang, bang. And it's just like, it's twice as hard as gymnastics gals who are just beating the hell out of their legs constantly. And I think, whoa, you know, they have to retire at the age of 21 because you're done.
They get injured a lot.
You're toast. You know? You get
Peter
injured a
says,
lot.
I'm having some Bordeaux in honor of the French rugby team.
Hey!
Okay.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
It's the girl from Spain. Can't remember her name, but she landed a dismount, and her face hit her knee. Oh no! She busted. Oh, I did not see
man.
that.
Oh man.
Oh,
Oh, that hurts.
that's
Oh,
awful.
I'm just like, you know, suddenly I'm really
U.S.
very attentive
women's
to
rugby
that.
took the bronze medal. Okay.
Hey,
All right.
women's rugby is I think it's
All
coming
right.
up. That's the kind of thing like you go back about 30 years and no one gave any credence whatsoever to like the U.S. soccer team. And then suddenly they were actually scoring a little
Okay.
higher in the World Cup. And it's like, wait a minute, you know, and then like women's soccer was like, women's football was like,
Since I'm
whoa.
not
That was the thing.
watching, I'm
That
going
was
to
the thing.
ask. I'm going to ask you all. Has surfing happened yet? I know Colin Jost hurt his foot. I saw that news. Okay.
That's happening in what, Tahiti?
Yes, happening in Tahiti. And
French,
then,
French territory.
Right. And has the break dancing happened yet? Because I'm obsessed with that.
I should probably see the break.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, wow.
Oh, she went back out and competed. Oh my God.
That's a trooper for you.
That is a trooper.
But we've seen, like, the last time we saw Simone Biles compete was like
The long jump and skiing.
2016, I think, and she was just
Oh, jeez.
she goes out there with a busted foot and like lands it and ow, and then she keeps going, and we're like, you're just gonna hurt yourself permanently.
Julie says it's
man.
so funny to me how invested I get in curling during the Winter Olympics. It's I don't know,
Fascinating
like
sports.
you don't expect these things until they happen to you. And
Fascinating.
You're like, I'm into this.
Sports, which we were just talking about things that will draw
That
your
is a
attention.
competitor. That's
Things that will draw your
That's no
attention, like
joke.
Dragnet, but like people competing in intense
know.
athletic competition, and they're just hurting themselves constantly.
breaking has
and they'll
taken
keep doing it.
place. All right,
Oh, it has.
I gotta go watch the videos now.
Well, the videos are out there. Perhaps after the broadcast, we'll just check out Breaking 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6. Bang.
All right.
I'm telling you.
The surfing semifinals happened. Oh yeah, curling is awesome. Daniel says.
Please. Yeah, it's
What
kind
we
of
call a tough broad in Oklahoma, right?
You know,
That's
it's kind of like I kind of busted my head open, but I just put a bandage on it, got right back up, and kept going.
man.
Or like I said, like about a month ago, I get knocked down, but I get up again. Nobody's going to keep me down. The problem is like,
Even when you should stay down though.
the problem is I should stay down. I should really just be like, put me in the gurney, take me away. I'm done. That's it. I'm not competing in anything, so I need to stay
No.
down.
Yep.
And the adrenaline kicks in. And
Amy,
it's really,
hi.
really bad.
Good to see you.
Hey, Amy. Hey, Amy, we ate that Sky Bar today. Oh, it was good.
Oh,
Yeah.
Weston Vasquez, St. and LeBron James.
Oh.
right. Yeah,
Hello.
exactly.
We're talking about some like tough.
How many
competitors over
sheets could a sheet slitter slit if a
there.
sheet slitter could slit sheets?
There are.
I got through that, Eric.
There are so many rude references to things that I will not name on the air there that I'm going to see you afterwards and you're going to pay, my friend.
Oh no.
I'm just saying.
Carol says our process engineering team did a curling event, and I had a meeting I had to attend.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
man!
Why? Why? A meeting?
Okay, Peter says I haven't seen any surfing or breakdancing. Alas, I've been following boxing. Okay, it's one woman from the U.S., so it's a great chance for a gold medal. Okay, good. All right.
Brrr. Boom. Boom.
Eric.
All right, so where is it? Where is it? Help me, man.
Sorting out. Oh wait, hold on.
Oh, like down talking about, God, man, cut me. Rock, I can't do it. You got to cut my eye, and then like the blood spurts out. It's awful. How many sheets could a sheet slitter slit if a sheet slitter could slit sheets? You did it better than I
I
could.
did it better than you.
Yeah, you did. You did, as a matter of fact, yes. Truth.
I felt your disdain all the way from here, Paul.
I do not approve.
Sorting out a ticket. Oh, okay.
I kid. Come on, whatever. This is all in fun. This is all adults. We're just having a good time here. It's good stuff.
We're all adults.
But it's hilarious, and I love the fact that you come
We're
up
all
with these
adults,
asides in the moment and kind of stuff like that, because fun things are happening. I just had 2 great drinks. I'm still drinking mine, which I'm calling the
New York champagne cocktail.
Oh, New York champagne cocktail. I was riffing off the idea of the champagne cocktail. Classic. Super
Saying that
simple.
deserves a Schlitz. Hello, Kevin. Good to see you.
Are you saying, Dom, are you ashamed that deserves a Schlitz? Because I could do that. Yep.
Catching a refresher cruise ship for a refresher course and boat drinks.
Oh, Kevin. Hey, yeah.
Only adults by default, exactly.
Yeah, well, seriously, that's the thing. That's the thing, Daniel. I mean,
I think that hearing adults having fun means something stupid is happening. Okay, so so I'm not gonna lie. This summer has been a little bit of heavy lifting. It's not awful, nothing bad, but just, I've had better seasons in my life than this particular summer. And then we decided to go to our county fair last Saturday. And we never do this, but we got there and I was like, I feel like we should go on a couple of these rides.
I'm like, really?
I know,
okay,
because,
yeah, well,
because
we can
the
do that.
rides are
Sure.
super janky.
Well, it's a county fair. It's not exactly Disneyland.
They're there for 10 days. So you just
In
think
and
of
out.
like the
Peter knows.
The people like
Oh.
banging the bolts into the ground to keep this thing
From
from
taking off.
falling over.
How well is that done?
And I thought, was like,
I don't know.
I really, really want to go on that ride. So we went on 2 of the rides.
Yeah.
And I was so glad we did.
You were so happy.
I was so happy. I did not even realize before we bought the ride tickets how happy I would be after I went on those rides. I was like, this is exactly what I needed.
You did need it.
I did need it.
You did need it. And you got it and you were happy. And I was really, really happy with those rides myself. Pharaoh's Fury, I was calling Pharaoh's Curse because that's one of those ones that just shakes you up like this and this and this, and like your solar plexus leaves you somewhere up there, and then you're like, it was pretty hilarious.
It's been fun watching the horses perform their canters and truss. My
Yeah.
sister took horseback riding lessons back in the day. She must be watching this.
Yeah, she should. She should. They're fun. I can watch equestrian sports the way I cannot watch skating. It's interesting. Yeah.
Oh, breaking doesn't take place till next week. Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh no, that's fine, Jesse. It's totally fine. I felt like I missed it. I was like, I guess we didn't win any medals. That was kind of my thought. Like, I guess America didn't win anything, but maybe we will.
You mean like the Bronx didn't win any medals in breaking?
I'm saying we live in New York. We live in New York. I expect some New Yorkers to take some medals.
This is totally wrong, dude.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm serious.
That's all I'm saying.
This is wrong.
Oh, else, I have to go to Korea for a 2-day meeting. It will take me that long to get there and back. Oh,
It's word of Teams.
Exactly.
I was about to throttle Teams today because it prevented me from getting on my meeting. And I was late. And I was like, they're not even going to be there. I finally tuned in on audio and people were there. I'm like, oh, great. We can talk to you. I'm so apologetic. This thing sucks.
Why not go for gold?
Well, the reason I will not go for a Rheingold, which is in the caddy behind me, is that it's not being made anymore. This is the classic New York beer as served at Yankee Stadium. I'm just saying. Schaefer was Mets. That is to say Shea. But Rheingold was...
Oh, damn, we did have fun.
Rheingold was actually like re-energized for a while about 20 years ago, and then it died to death. And I don't get it because Ganson's going strong. So there you go.
Eric says, one of the most hilarious things I saw today was the Swedish chef performing Rapper's Delight. All right, I need to Google that.
Okay, now we have the evening's entertainment for about 30 minutes.
Yeah, seasons in the sun. Yep.
Yeah, listen to the
We
lyrics.
did. And there was also, there was a circus at the carnival. And you pay one admission and you can, you have to buy ride tickets. That was not included. But,
Yeah.
but you can see all the things. So we're like, you know what,
So-
let's go in the circus, whatever. And it was so cute. They had a gal doing the silks, which was
Yeah, that was impressive.
extremely impressive.
You like put that around your neck, basically you're hanging yourself. She's just like,
And there was a guy
awesome,
who
really
could just like
astonishing.
twirl anything, which was also
The big box made out of like
impressive.
rebar. I
And
mean,
then
really
he like
incredible.
balanced himself on like
A lot of janky stuff.
moving cylinders. That was also very impressive.
A lot of janky stuff. I got to say. That
Yeah,
pretty
no, it was
impressive, too.
super cute. I needed something like that.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Oh, okay. Jesse says, I bet Japan gives Team USA a run for the money and break it. Well, I'm ready for it.
Yes.
I'm ready to
Yes.
see this.
I like to see that. It's like the
I
fact
need the
that
bubbles.
the folks from Japan give the USA a run for the money in the hot dog eating contest at Coney Island on July
Peter's
4th.
asking, did we get
Ruth.
any soubrette at the fair? We
No.
got deep fried Oreos.
Yes. We decided to go for the deep fried Oreos and the lime fizz. The lime fizz was at the station that actually had the fresh limes and lemons, and they squeezed 2 fresh limes and some sugary stuff and a bunch of like seltzer, and it was awesome. This
Amy,
was so good.
nice.
And it was kind of cheap, actually.
Nice. But early bird tickets for the Big E, which is the fair in Massachusetts.
Oh, yay! I love that.
I was thinking we need to go to our state fair. This was our county fair. I feel like we need to go to our state fair.
County Fair was fun, and it's on a rather astonishingly large piece of
That was
territory
nice.
because it also has the racetrack. The racetrack is where they're racing the sprint cars.
Yes.
And I've never seen this because I don't care about racing cars, okay? But if you do, great, good for you.
Don't be shy, Paul. Tell us how
I'll tell you how I feel about it. Who gives a bleep? But they do it, it's entertainment, and it's done. And honestly, they're probably burning alcohol in the cars, so it's good.
I'm just adding a little something to my bubbles.
A little
to give it
stuff in your
flavor.
thing.
Thank you.
I'm just saying.
You're right.
But Amy, we're actually, Peter was reminding me that Bob Mould is coming back to the area. He'll be a lot closer than he was last year. I might have to see him again because he was thoroughly entertaining. I really enjoyed Bob.
Okay.
He's just got a great attitude and he plays so hard. And
As long as he has a good attitude.
and he would just be like rocking, and then he goes right into the next song. He does not even take any pauses. He doesn't bullshit around with a lot of yakking about, oh, I wrote this song in 1985. No, he just goes, go, 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 go.
Freelance porn.
I gotta love that. I gotta love that. Yep. So that's a great thing. But the county fair is one of those things which is extremely traditional, but doesn't have to be. And we had a lot of fun because all I wanted to see was
Oh no.
I wanted to see the animals, I wanted to see deep fried Oreos, and I wanted to see the Big Lemon because that's where they were serving the lemonade. I didn't actually get it from the Big Lemon, but I did.
Lisa.
Yep.
Okay, so I dribbled. I didn't measure. I dribbled a little bit of rye, apricot, and some bitters into my glass. I'm just gonna fill it up with my bubbles. Trying to keep it light. It's a session drink.
It is. You can go a long way with a session drink. It's like
Oh,
alcohol
Bob has been
spritz.
pretty happy lately. Seems content. Oh, so,
Yeah.
okay.
I think he's in a great place. I mean, he was talking at the show
Oh,
about how he met the love of his life. They live in San Francisco. They're doing great. I'm like, rock. This is love. This is life.
Time
This
says,
is what it's all
There was
about.
a
This is what we're
racetrack
doing
about
here.
4 blocks from my house. Could always hear them on Saturdays. That's here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, during racing season, like all Saturday nights. Vroom, vroom,
And they're not 4 blocks. They're about a mile and a half from the house, and we still hear them really loud. Oh boy. Yep.
Oh, okay.
We know
So
they're happening.
Eric went on the ride, the Scrambler. This girl sat next to me. Every time I made a hard ride, I slid next to the girl so hard you could hear this like slow rhythmic ow, ow, ow. Well, that's the thing. Like the centrifugal force
when we
kept like
rode,
sliding me into Paul, and I was like, I was really trying not to, but
that was the Himalaya. I think it was
the Super Himalaya.
Super
It was
Himalaya.
called.
I called it the Himalaya Crunch because, like, you ride that thing, and so she's like, oh, the whole way, and it's just like up and down, up and down, up and down. It's just
Peter,
a crazy
sounds good.
ride. I love this ride because it's not one of these crazy roller coasters that's just gonna make my gonads leave my body.
Well, the thing about it was,
but it was pretty hilarious.
This was my criterion for buying ride tickets, because some of these look really, really janky. Hi, Ben. Good to see you.
Good to see you, my friend.
Some of these rides look really janky. So my criterion for these rides is.
Hey, Ben, we're talking county fair. I'm just saying.
How close is it to the ground?
Yeah.
Like, if this thing
is really low and like, whoa,
completely failed, how far am I going to fall?
I'm not going to go too far. If the thing is going boop, 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 it's like,
so
I'm sailing off into the sunset into wall kill.
You know.
Ow!
No, I don't want some of these rides like really take you up high and toss you around in the air. I'm like,
wow.
No, thank you. I mean, maybe if I was at an amusement park that will be there for longer than 10 days.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like the ones that take you up really high and throw you around, I'm like, is that a good idea?
I'm seriously.
But
whoa.
But the ones that are low to the ground, I was like, we can do this. And there was one, the Super Himalaya, that whipped you around as fast as a roller coaster, but it really didn't leave ground level. I'm like, this is perfect.
That's
for
the
me.
one you've seen this at every fair. It's like up and down, up and down, up and down. It's just this big snake the whole way. A lot of fun. I remember one in my local.
Bob Mold shipped my insides last year. I will most definitely see him this year. I love it.
I see him again. But I thought he
was
thoroughly entertaining.
Hell no, I know it was.
Yeah.
The ones that are real, it's to me, it's all about the height thing. If it looks like, I just think like, what if one of these cables broke?
You know, there have been accidents at Disney, which is a thoroughly professional organization over the years.
Super rare.
If we bear that in mind, we can bear in mind that at these local things, they're much more common. I'm just saying.
Super rare.
I'm saying.
Well, I'm not saying it doesn't happen. Can I help?
I'm just looking for what to put into this thing. I've got the rye and I've got the bourbon. I'm going to switch to bourbon.
You're going to switch to bourbon?
Switch to bourbon. Never mix, never worry. No, I mix. I still don't worry.
They're both the same ingredient, whiskey.
They are. You were talking about the fact that all of these things like grow on trees. This obviously does not grow on trees. It's kind of more of a grass. But ultimately, let's see what we got on here. We have probably rye and wheat and potentially corn in the bourbon. And like, well, corn grows very high. And the rye is potentially kind of a shrub. It's a little tree-like. Maybe it does grow on trees. I don't know.
Oh, boy. Eric, there's a play about that. Eric says, my former girlfriend got stuck on the one ride where she had to listen to It's a Small World for about 25 minutes. There's a play about that. I know someone who was just in that play, actually. About...
What's the name of the play?
I don't remember the name of the play. But I remember it was about these siblings getting stuck on It's a Small World.
Oh, seriously. I'll take the evidence.
Swish to the bourbon. Exactly, right?
Swish.
I'm going to swish up right now.
Hey, tell you something about that.
Amusement park.
Amy's talking about the amusement parks when people died. It was Action Park.
Oh.
That was Action Park, as I recall.
Ben says, I've been on some sketchy rides in my time. Love the Himalaya. There's one built into a permanent enclosure at Nibbles nearby. Oh, okay.
Hello.
Now it's a dark way with a light show and loud dance music. Ben.
Oh, thank you, sir.
I would be addicted to that. I would be on that all the time.
Yep. There's one ride.
A lot of wheat pole. Hi, Jim.
Hey, Spot.
You. Yeah. Spot. I'm glad you dropped by.
So cool. Thank you.
Hey.
Thank you, my friend. I just saw a picture of you on set, and it looked awesome, and you're just making it happen.
Amy C, what was
So
the
good.
documentary about the amusement park in New Jersey where people died?
Action Park.
Oh.
It was Action Park. Yeah, they pushed the limit on that thing, and
Oh
then
my
they had
gosh.
problems and things.
What,
It's gone
what
now.
is this on?
I will have to take a look.
No, I haven't seen this.
Yeah,
What? Action Park.
transmission is talking about it.
Oh
Yeah.
boy. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Right.
Jesse's talking about it too. All right.
Yeah.
I'm
We merely
horrified and
we
fascinated.
merely have the not fanzine. The fanzine. What am I talking
It
about?
was a zine.
Oh, a zine called Murder Can Be Fun, talking about death at Disneyland, which is about like everything ever, which is just a very few things. I mean, Disney idiots have to actually circumvent Disney for this to happen. But I will say that of all of the rides at
Oh my
Disney,
gosh.
yes.
Dime got stuck at Six Flags one time on Superman ride. No.
Oh, staring at the ground, 100 feet up. Hi.
More like thumper cars. Oh my gosh, were you terrified? You can tell us.
Well, you know,
You can tell us.
if you were or you weren't, it was still a disconcerting experience, because even if you're like, yeah, I'm okay with this, it's just like, I'm here for a really long time. I
mean, I feel like if I was stuck upside down on a ride, I would hope that this ride had passed inspection and that
from some authority. I don't know which.
And that I was probably not going to die. But I think if I was stuck upside down, I would probably be texting people, telling them I love them.
It's been nice knowing you.
Exactly.
And, you know, oh boy.
Oh, that deadly water slide was terrifying to watch. Oh my gosh.
Oh, wow.
Oh no. Oh.
Oh, well,
I
that's
honestly
tough.
might be too disturbed to watch this movie.
I have something that's even more terrifying, but I'm not going to mention it here because it's really too horrifying.
Don't bring down the vibe.
It's too horrifying.
Julie, hi.
Julie!
Good to see you.
Good to see you, my friend.
Oh, what is it?
We're talking terrifying amusement park rides. That's where we are in the conversation.
We would be talking about this before we went live.
And these things happen because we actually went to the county fair, and of course they have some fairly terrifying
And we
rides.
rode 2 rides and didn't die.
And we didn't die. The Pharaoh's...
Thank God!
Pharaoh's Curse, well, actually it was called
Pharaoh's Fury.
Pharaoh's Curse, I thought, like, that's the one that shakes you this way and that way, and like, I thought, whoa, I'm really gonna freak out here. And it was pretty heavy. But then we went on the...
My insides would become my
Himalayan
outsides.
slide.
Exactly.
Yeah, hello. Himalayan slide was actually really fast, and then it went backwards. And I got to say, it was worth the 5 tickets.
Those things from the 80s
really
that
was.
spun you around and stuck you to the walls.
Oh yeah, we had those in the local amusement park when I was a kid, and it was
Rocky
fun
Fire.
because like it would spin and then go sideways, you know. And you would like centrifugal force would totally pin you to the thing.
Oh, Jim says, I was so scared. It was a small world, Disney World. Oh.
Seriously.
I know, but there's a play about people who got stuck on it.
I mean, were you scared because of
I'm going to look it up.
the ride or
Look
because
it up.
of the music that would never stop? I'm just
Well,
saying.
there's the whole, hi, Clinton. Good to see you.
Hey, man.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Bye, Clinton.
Bye.
Bye, Clinton.
Okay. Okay. Sorry, I had to block. We're getting like bombed with people this evening. Anyway. Oh, and the floor dropped out. Oh, Julie. Right, I'm gonna look this up. Hold on, because now I'm curious. I just read about this the other day. Okay, hold on. You talk. I'm gonna look this up.
Let's take a look. We're talking about amusement parks. When I was a kid, there was one locally that actually had all these great rides. They were very small scale. This was just like sort of on the water on Narragansett Bay. And some of these were really fun, although they actually had the second loop-to-loop roller coaster in the United States. So that was pretty early, I guess. They had a great haunted house. They had one of those machines that would actually punch characters into like aluminum coins, which was great. But they also had a whole wall, a whole like room worth of vintage pinball machines. And it was great fun playing all these mechanical pinball machines. We just did a few years ago the movie about the Man State Pinball in New York State. So I'm very in tune with that. That's kind of killer. That was a lot of fun, and I loved doing that at the time. And of course, they would do like clam chowder, and yeah, I'm still talking. Don't worry about that. And they would do that, and they would do cotton candy and popcorn, all this kind of junk. And you know, some of it was not that bad. The clam cakes were great. That's actually a real specialty, and people will do that.
The particular friend who posted this posts a lot of pictures. So
Take your time finding it.
Trying to.
I'm going to refill on the bubbles because I've got the bubbles. Clam chowder is a specialty in that's Rhode Island, where I actually spent my formative years, and it's not the same that you get in New England. It's kind of different. It's more of a bisque, actually. Whoops.
Ah! Ah! Don't waste. Don't
spillage.
Waste.
I've got spillage.
Don't waste.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was too vigorous.
Good.
What can I tell you? Yep. Why waste, I say.
Okay.
Seriously. But during broadcast, we're moving very fast and stuff happens, I got to tell you.
I'm trying to find this.
Yeah, well, find it, please. I'm just talking about things and all those things that I remember as a kid. And like many people remember stuff like Action Park. Action Park was run reckless and kind of like outside of the law. And eventually it caught up with them because people got hurt.
Okay.
People got hurt really seriously. There's a whole thing about that.
So this is our friend Will, and his wife, Monica, is an actress. And it says she was in a play called Twice Upon a Time about 3 siblings stuck on a boat in the It's a Small World attraction at Disneyland. Okay. Apparently this is a very, very new play, so I don't think it's available to go see. But yes, anyway.
There's a concept for you. The truth is that within the past 10 years, we have been stuck on a Disney ride.
Cedar Point had the rotor that did that.
The rotor. Oh, wow.
My mom says Space Mountain scared me to death. I avoid roller coasters at all costs. I love Space Mountain, but Space Mountain is dark, so
you don't really know what's happening.
I kind of like that about it.
You don't really know what's happening. The truth be told, Linda, in the exact same era, Space Mountain terrified my mother. So you have that in common. And she thought, I need to survive this because I have 2 small children. Yes.
Yeah.
And
they stuck you to the wall, especially when they rotated about 80 degrees.
Right. There's also the factor of the actual fact about Disney and Space Mountain is all they did.
Yeah, Julie, I want to know the name of the ride.
Yeah.
Sorry.
All Disney did was update the Matterhorn. The Matterhorn is a big mountain that you climb and then spin around really fast.
Peter, the runaway train.
And at the end of the day, the one ride at Disney, and it's only at Disneyland, not World, that I just love, Matterhorn. Matterhorn is awesome. That's just the bomb. And I will ride that anytime, but you really need to ride that after a few drinks.
Love the quote in Jurassic Park. When the Pirates of the Caribbean breaks down, they don't start eating the tourists. Exactly.
Also true. Also true.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Wait, okay. Hold on. I was sorry. I'm just catching up here.
Up stuff. Take your time. Go back. You're fine.
I love Rhode Island clam chowder.
It's a very unique thing.
I honestly love Rhode Island clam chowder.
I've seen 2 different variations on this. New England clam chowder is creamy. New York clam chowder is a very tomatoey thin thing. And there is a clear broth Rhode Island chowder, which you would get at
Night Peter.
You would get at Rocky Point. And there's also a thing which is more of a tomato bisque, which is unique to Rhode Island. It's like it's different than the New York clam chowder. So yeah.
Ooh, this weekend will be our 15th cruise. Oh my gosh. There must be a tiki themed cruise.
Sure. Well, there is that.
If there's not, there should be, Kevin.
There is that cheeky barge you can take at the lake.
That's more of a 3-hour tour.
It's less of a cruise than
a 3-hour tour.
A 3-hour tour. And I think that there are other things, like Disney does things that are probably pretty similar. You got to look into that.
Oh, Julie. I mean, to see your point, when I was a kid, my mom had a sundress on and started to slightly slip down the wall, but her dress sort of stayed in place. She always thought they stopped the ride to save her dignity. Oh, I love that.
Excuse me.
Hey, what time is? How do we get on clam chowder? Jim, I don't know. I don't honestly know.
The show goes here, there, and everywhere, and you know this is true. However, we were talking about amusement parks, and amusement parks on the shore always have clam chowder.
I was going
If you're in the Jersey Shore, if you're in Maine, if you're in Rhode Island, you're going to get clam chowder.
I was going to share my ninja tip for when you get on a roller coaster and you're climbing up and up and up and up and up, and you're like, I have made a dreadful mistake. What am I going to do? 3 words: close your eyes. It's all visual. When you close your eyes,
it's a lot of like rocking you this way and that way.
All good. Just close your eyes.
And I got to say, like, the thing that I love about the Matterhorn is it will shake you this way and that way. It's a pretty rough ride.
I love the Matterhorn.
I will do it
for the Matterhorn.
I will do it 5 times at Disney, and I'll say, screw the rest of it. I'll just do this thing. It's just awesome. And the fun thing about it is it just like takes you to the top and then it spins you around. I love that. I could ride that 4 times in a row.
Mental channel surfing with good drinks. Oh, Eric, I might steal that as like a catchphrase.
That's kind of awesome, dude.
I might steal that actually.
Too good. Because look, we talk about clam chowder. This is like talking about clam pizza or something.
No,
it's a very specific thing.
I want clam chowder.
I want clam pizza. I want clam chowder. Yeah, I know that.
We need the clams to play.
Linda, who's watching, loves clam chowder.
I used to work at Knoebels Park. Okay. For summer operating rides, actually. Knowing the behind the deeds about the rides. We get on one leaves the ground. That was my thing. Like I feel like these are close enough to the ground that I don't feel terrified.
We're not terrible. We try to keep this.
Go ahead. It's not copyrighted.
Try to keep this thing safe. I know that like the things that we wrote as kids were slightly out of code. I think that the amusement park I cut my teeth in was probably safe, and that's the best I can say about it. But that's actually the same with a lot of places around the country. So I'm not.
They have an excellent dark ride there. Where?
Oh, what do we got? Oh,
Dime, where?
Hello.
Dime is also on Facebook now.
Yes.
Where?
You can find Dime many places.
Tulsa claims is not only very specific, but also a little of clams. It's like not only very specific, but also a little sketchy.
Well, we bear in mind that Oklahoma is 100% landlocked. So if you have clams,
top-rated haunted mansion.
Where did they come from?
We're back to Halloween.
That's a good question.
Top-rated haunted mansion.
You could ship them in, and you could do it very quick and very safely, and you could have fresh clams. You'd have to eat them very quickly, so that's good. You would probably not eat them raw, but you can do it. You can do it.
We need to do a clams theme episode and have the clams play.
We can talk to Dano, who might be here tonight.
And have clams.
And clams.
Clammy things.
And clam juice.
Clam chowder.
Clam juice cocktails. We've already done the clamtini, which was really not bad. It really was not bad. Yeah.
Good. Oh, Rye Beach Playland, and if you was okay. I've only ever been there when it was closed. We went there for a picnic, which was really fun actually, but it was closed. Rye Beach Playland. Yep. So it was safe adjacent pool.
It was close to being safe and such things.
It was differently safe.
Now, Right Planland, we were there around 2002.
Yeah.
Before we started looking into the house. We went there in October,
Yes.
and it was like the last good day of the year, and it was super hot.
It was.
And people were on the beach, and it was awesome. And I was like,
really
oh,
nice.
yeah.
It was great.
And we were talking
So
about
we
what are we
didn't
going to
go
do
to the
about it.
park, but but we had a picnic and it was fun to see it, and people were at the beach. It was great.
We were we were talking about what are we going to ride or something like that, and we're talking about like what are we talking about with the house,
Okay, some historic rides and buildings.
That eventually got us into this house, so that worked. Right Plan has been there since about 1925, I think, somewhere in that range. It's been a long time. It is a state-owned amusement park. Yes, so that's the one. It's kind of hilarious. It's kind of great.
Oh, I know. We got to get in touch with Dan. It would be fun to
Mhm.
have the clams. We do it like a whole clam episode, a clammy episode.
Some episodes are slightly clammy. If it's the fall and it's raining and you're on the East Coast
Doing that soon.
and you're getting slapped with the wind or something like that, it's getting very clammy. Just saying.
Ran out of tickets for rides. 11 or 13 years old. My friend got to ride free. I was wondering if we went to the cigarette machine and bought the attendant's cigarettes.
If you bought cigarettes at 11 years old?
No, but if you go to the machine, how does the machine know?
Well, truth. Okay, that's a little sketchy. We're talking about sketchy amusement
honestly,
rides.
of all the sketchy things I've heard, I'm okay with that because
What, you're okay with 11-year-olds smoking?
No, because they were buying cigarettes for the ride operator.
Oh, for the ride operator?
Yes.
Well, the ride operator is smoking all day long, so I suppose
Right.
that's
This is an economy I can get behind.
That is adjacent okay. I'm
This
just
is an
saying.
economy I can get behind.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
you gotta go buy cigarettes
yeah,
for the ride
totally.
operator. Okay. You know.
Totally. Anyway, so Jim, we've been talking about clam chowder.
That would never happen after the 80s, by the way.
New York clam chowder, New England clam chowder, Rhode Island clam chowder. There are three different beasts. It's a different thing. It's like
Joe.
crazy that this is so different kind of things. But there's a lot of these things variations. I bet you have like sort of like North Maine clam chowder and South Maine clam chowder, that kind of thing. There are a lot of clams up there. I'm just saying. It's a clammy area of the world.
Joe says,
And the clam should know.
Greetings from the Appalachian Stream Festival. We've got thunder, lightning, and peach moonshine. It sounds very
Sounds like a lot of fun.
exciting.
Sounds like a lot of fun. I'm just
And
telling you.
hello, Joe.
Hey, Joe.
Glad to see you.
That's good.
Yeah, exactly. They had machines. The operator paid for them. I'm not seeing the problem here.
Oh, you mean he had to actually suck that down, Ben? Oh, that's bad.
Oh, wait.
I've got pains just thinking about
Ben.
that. No, wrong. These things, like a lot of things, were like I remember them from the period. They were kind of hilarious, and some of them were just like, "Oh, it's just what it happens." Blah blah blah.
Jim, really? Says love clam chowder, and yes, even Manhattan style. I'm available for all the clam chowders. And as an aside, clam chowder makes great fake vomit.
Well, you know,
Okay.
people who are watching it right here,
We
right
might
now.
need that information. We make films.
Jim here is a scenic, which means he needs to decorate scenes. That is a set decorator. And
Yes.
if you need to have somebody vomit, I think a can of Manhattan clam chowder is probably going to do it.
No,
or
but I think probably some Manhattan in there would do it too.
Manhattan or actually New England. Actually, the creamy
Yeah.
stuff looks really appropriate.
But you got to get some red in
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
I am not a
Maybe a
saint.
combination between Manhattan
But I
and
feel
New
like-
England clam chowder would have been like, oh
I feel
wow,
like you
that's
gotta
really
get some
great.
red in there too. Why are we talking about vomit? Oh my god.
Well, Jim brought it up.
Exactly.
Splat, man, you're ruining my broadcast. No, he's not.
You
He's
are not
You're
running a
running the
broadcast. I'm glad you're here.
Come on, you're asking me. Jeez, we're talking
No, I
about,
just feel like you got to get some red in there.
if you're talking about verisimilitude,
I am
it's
not
like
an artist.
what looks appropriate. Clam chowder looks exactly like.
But if
There you
it's
go.
all
There you go.
white, it doesn't. No.
All right, so fine, like throw a few tomatoes in there. Jeez,
Thank
it's
you.
not that much of a big deal.
Thank you.
God damn, you're talking fake vomit here. Fine.
I am indeed. I did not know when we were going live this evening I would be talking about fake vomit, but here we are.
But here you are. Camel split pea soup.
Oh my gosh. Die.
Well done. You have actually broken the seal on the Satanists. Hello. And we're talking about possessed.
Yeah. The Exorcist.
Possession always involves green stuff. I don't know why.
Otherwise,
it's like
Jim, don't be
clam
sorry.
chowder.
I love it.
No, yeah,
I
no way,
love
man.
it. No,
Come
please,
on.
please don't be sorry.
No.
This is why we love going live.
This is how we go going live. We're here to talk about everything. It's
Paul
not a
and
big
I
deal.
are just riffing.
No.
We're just riffing.
It's a thing. It's not a big deal. Anything can happen. We're talking about, like, the simple fact is, if we can talk about scenics making blood look real, that's awesome. This is a real thing.
Yeah.
How does blood look real? Well, does somebody need to be cut? Yes, somebody needs to be cut. That's the thing. It's important that this happens.
I'm thinking about you're talking about pea soup, and I'm thinking about The Exorcist.
Of course, because Linda Blair,
Yep.
who is great, you know.
I guess we have moved on to Halloween. Look at us. It's
Look at this.
July, and we've moved on to Halloween.
It is bloody hot out there. It's super sweaty. All that rain today did nothing. Nothing! And I'm sitting here sweating, and I'm like, yeah.
Are you sweating?
Actually, I'm not.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm actually not.
Yeah, I'm not really. But yeah.
Jim says, I just had to make blood pools 2 days ago.
Oh, excellent.
No.
Excellent.
Oh,
Excellent.
Okay.
Jim,
Right.
Jim, do you know how many people here are just like reveling in the fact you had to make blood pools and would like to know how you did it? That is what the show is about.
Maybe Jim can give us some tips about making blood pools.
I don't say you need to go to like the central locutor there and get like all the blood properly.
No, but
how do you do this?
Oh, thank you, Jesse.
How do you do this easily and simply? I think that'd be awesome.
So we were talking
people
earlier.
People talk about blood.
It's
Halloween.
We were talking earlier in the broadcast about Halloween decor.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying that if you have any tips for making blood pools that people might be able to action at home, that would be amazing.
Let's talk about a cornstarch solution.
Okay. All right.
Oh, here we go again.
I remember I worked at a theater where they were trying to do blood, and it involved like taro syrup and
red food color.
I forget what else. Oh, okay. Jim's going to send us some recipes. Thank you. We will share these with you in the Velveteen Lounge Kitchen VIP room and on YouTube.
I like how I am on air saying, thanks, man. Thanks for blood recipes. But people need to know.
You look like you're clutching your heart.
What?
Like, I'm coming, Elizabeth. You know.
Actually, I got the hiccups, and they need to actually stand away for a second.
Right.
Oh, boy.
I'll just help him out with this drink. Blood pools. I know. What's a blood pool? I know, Amy. It's like for TV or film. Love Fred Sanford. Paul and I do that all the time. I'm coming, Elizabeth. Isn't even showing Sanford and Son right now? I usually find shows like that on Pluto. Oh no. He's got hiccups really bad. Yeah, I usually look for those things on Pluto. But if anyone knows offhand, I'll take your advice. Oh, okay. Oh, wait. All right, we're talking about dead bodies on TV. Oh, wait. Jesse says, I'm eating fresh strawberries over angel food cake with whipped cream. That sounds lovely and summery. That sounds
It
really,
does.
really good. I was going to say that we started really, really good. I was going to say that we started watching night before last. Okay, so I'm not gonna lie. On Netflix, I'm a big fan of all of those classic car shows where they take a junky classic car and fix it up and sell it for a lot of money.
Yes,
So Netflix is on to me. So
They know. They keep serving you.
pitched me this show called Resurrected Rides, which only dropped a couple of days ago.
With Chris Red?
Yes, and now I'm obsessed. And we only have a few
Sam, man.
episodes to go, but it's like Pimp My Ride. Does anyone remember Pimp My
It's
Ride?
Very Pimp My Ride without
Yes.
that sort of thing. And Chris Red is hilarious. So I'm gonna say.
Yeah,
Right.
so it's
Right.
I know I could go for that too. The angel food cake with the strawberries and whipped cream. That sounds so good.
It
So
sounds
yeah.
excellent.
So anyway,
Just saying.
there seems to be an appetite for these shows on Netflix because I love them and I'm always excited when I get on and see like, oh look, there's another one.
Hello.
Apparently I'm not the only one who feels that way, but
A lot of people feel that way.
they did a surf van in Huntington Beach, California, which made me so happy. And yeah, anyway, I'm loving Resurrected Rides. I would do like a classic Cars happy hour, but I don't know enough about them. So if you're out there and you're our friend, we have a couple of friends who are very, very like experts in this stuff. So
There are a bunch of people who are classic car people. I do not fix classic cars. I fix classic hi-fi. Let me know. I will take the apricot, please.
Can I kill this apricot?
Not tonight.
Am I right? Lisa would be happy if I painted my rusty farm truck. Ah!
Ah!
I
Right.
loved that show. Well, and I love Resurrected Rides, it's called. They find people who have these janky cars, and they're usually either people who are extremely deserving or kids or whatever, and they take their crappy car and make it into something amazing. It's very inspirational. Can I help?
Hey, bitters.
I've got the Palo Santo and I've got chocolate. Can I interest you?
I'll take the Palo Santo. I'm going to go on a limb here with Palo Santo, which is very unique. It really is pretty good. It's fun. A little spicy.
Pimp My Ride was so much fun. But this one is fun too.
Yeah.
And Chris Red is very funny. So
He's hilarious. And I will stand by Chris Red. Yep.
oh, you saved me some. Yay, thank you.
There is some. Absolutely. Bing, bing, bing. Yep.
Boom, boom, boom.
Yo.
All right. Well, what are you watching? I'm always looking for things to watch, so let me know what you're
Yep.
watching out there.
What's up?
Okay.
It's good.
I've been watching.
I'm just making 75 style drinks because they're light and good and excellent.
Did I already
Well-
say this last week? We started watching Palm Royale
Yeah.
on Apple,
Yeah, we did.
and I love all of the people in it, and I love all of the set design and the costumes.
Decor is awesome.
I'm obsessed.
Hello, Jim. Yes, set design is awesome.
But I'm having a hard time getting into it, to be honest with you. I feel like Laura Dern's character is the only one with any redeeming value.
The characters are not that likable.
The characters are not that likable, and I'm having a hard
Let's
time.
Just say that, people.
And I love Allison Janney. I
Right?
love times a million Carol Burnett. I love Kristen Wiig. Like
Kristen Wiig
I-
is great. I mean, she's
Get
essential
into it because
character.
all the characters are awful,
She's a
except Laura Dern.
she's a status climber, and everybody else is moribund. So it's like you're taking advantage of people. I swear.
Lisa told my mechanic brother Ashita her farm truck should have a dump bed. Her brother says, we can make that
We can do
happen. Okay.
We can do that. I'm just telling
We
you.
can make that happen.
Look, in the world of mechanics with like metal work and the world of scenics with work with plastics and plywood, you can make a lot of things work.
Right, Eric,
A lot of things.
Love Allison
And the
Janney.
scenic world will actually
Love her.
get you through a lot of holidays.
Oh, Abbott
saying.
Elementary. Love times a million. I love that. I love Abbott Elementary so much.
Yeah, it's kind of hilarious.
I want someone to tell me why I need to stick with Paul Royale. The people are so awful, except for
I will see
Laura
it.
Dern.
I will see it through because there are not that many episodes. But for God's sake.
Yeah, exactly, Julie. Right? You need a character to get behind.
Yeah.
And it's like so far, Laura Dern is the only one who's not just kind of awful.
She recognizes.
I'm only like maybe 4 episodes in, but I'm still like.
She recognizes she came from like serious money, and she's like, forget this. But she knows she has to respect some of this and reflect some of this.
Oh, Amy says,
Yeah.
White Lotus, Amy.
Oh yes, White Lotus. That was actually really great series. Two different series.
No, but I know what you mean,
Yeah.
Amy, because most of the people on that show were awful, except for like the gal who worked at the resort who she thought Jennifer Coolidge was going to get behind her business, and she kind of didn't.
Yeah.
I get it. I totally get it. And then the second season, well, I don't want to. Oh, hi, Mike. Good to see you.
Hey,
Abbott Elementary is Marty's favorite. I love Abbott Elementary. Yeah. But yes, people are awful on some of these shows, and it's like, ugh. I want to love them. I want to love them because I love the
what are you gonna
actors.
do about that?
I love the time period. I love the costumes. I love all of it. But I'm like,
All these factors. I'm trying so hard to really love it.
I don't want to watch
It
this.
doesn't quite do it.
Yeah.
I gotta say, like at the end of the day, we can probably half recommend a lot of these things, and I'm gonna be like, well, understand you're going into it with knowing that this happens, and that's the thing. That's the thing.
Amy, I know.
You can't have everything these days, but you can have a lot of characters are going to be really horrible because that's what you get, but you have to deal with it.
And they're doing a 3rd season because.
But the scenario is entertaining.
Spoiler
I
alert.
gotta say, try it. It's worth your time.
I'm giving you a spoiler alert. Anyone here who's a White Lotus fan who needs a spoiler alert, please mute now.
Give me your charge for your thirsty masses. Learn to breathe free.
Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert.
I'm still listening.
Jennifer Coolidge's character dies in season 2.
Truth.
And they're doing a season 3.
So I guess she's
so
not gonna reappear.
no. And I love
Yes.
Jennifer Coolidge as an actress. I love her. So it's like,
She's kind of hilarious.
ooh, how are they going to do that? Because she freaking died in season 2. So what's the trend? Oh, a series of movies with characters and no one can like. Exactly, yes! Jim. Right?
Seriously.
Yes, her character died in season 2.
Last got it. I'm telling you.
Oh.
There you go.
I know. And I honestly I liked it, but she died, and I'm like, well, what are you going to do with that?
Well, you can't go into season 3. I'm just saying.
Well, they're thinking like maybe they'll bring her janky husband back.
They're just dead.
Like, I don't know.
Her husband was an a-hole.
I know her husband was an a-hole, but they're
man.
Talking about possibly bringing him back. Like, this is all stuff I read.
God
This is all stuff I read in the trades.
What am I doing with this bullshit?
But, like, yeah, they're talking about maybe bringing him back or whatever. But yeah, no, she freaking died. Just
Seriously.
kidding. I don't care. I know.
Ben heard that about Veep as well. Oh yeah, like seriously, this kind of stuff's like, oh, this show has totally jumped the shark. Are you sure? We could check that out. I'm just saying.
Exactly.
A lot of things these days are about preemptive. So, who knows? Who knows? Too true. We've been talking about a lot of fun topics.
We really have.
This and the other way.
I want to know what I should be watching that I'm not currently watching.
Well, it's very important to know what you should watch because we're not here to tell you what you should watch. We're here to tell people we're here to actually ask people what is interesting, what is good.
Oh, only murders in a building. Julie, I just started that. I love that.
Yep.
Yes, thank you.
What is interesting to people? What is interesting to you? What is good for you? And that's the thing. And like, I will watch a lot of things.
I do love only murders in the building.
I will try a lot of things. I know I will watch a lot of process shows about fixing cars. Well, they're fascinating. I'll keep doing it. It's the reason I still watch. I will still watch Dragnet. For God's sakes, why is this fascinating? But I keep doing it.
There's no one to make me angry.
I keep doing it, and there's no one to make me angry. It's true. It's true. It's true. So, like anything you else you got out there, it's worth my time. It is.
Exactly, Errol. You said it. You shouldn't be watching anything that isn't interesting or that you don't like.
Please.
So I've been listening to a lot of pop songs lately because I've been told I need to add some pop songs to my repertoire.
True.
And like I'll listen to some of these songs and they're really long and I'm like, I don't like this. And I just click away. Like you can do that. You can click away. I got the idea. I'm good.
Not a problem.
I'm good. I've been watching a lot of game shows. Oh,
hello. Okay.
I watched Sanctuary. Okay. Mr. Rogers. Oh, that would make me cry.
Mr. Rogers was a minister who actually taught you how to behave as human beings. That is so close to the heart. I can't even.
I love Mr. Rogers.
I can't even. So I'm glad people are still watching him. It's very important. Pardon.
Well, you need to go take care of those hiccups.
I think I'm done.
Are you? Are you though?
Yes. So anyway, we keep going, folks. We keep going. It doesn't matter.
Lisa did a Mr. Rogers marathon. I would have just nothing against Mr. I love Mr. Rogers, but I would have been like a puddle of tears. I would just like cried a bucket of tears. Oh, he's so good. Like, no, I love Mr. Rogers.
Maybe just a Red Cross. I saw them years ago. I didn't really care for them, but you know what? You're right. They're great. They're great. Absolutely. Well, folks, we've been on air for 2 hours.
Paul's trying to get me to thumb nails.
I am not.
You are.
No, I'm not.
No, it's okay.
I'll go as long as you want. We'll just like go over there and sleep and blah blah blah.
No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that, George.
Why? Why not? But look, we've been telling you about crazy ass stuff for 2 hours.
If you go away, what are we going to do about our matching outfits? I'm just saying.
Listen. We're here to tell you about fun stuff, whether it is county fairs.
Murdoch Mysteries. Blah, 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 okay, I'll look that up. Okay.
Yep. We're here to share resources with you. You got some great stuff. Drop it here. We're telling you all some fun stuff. I like
fun stuff.
I love that.
I'm available for
that. Love that. We saw a band who was playing Metallica covers on.
You be my neighbor. Saturday. We did.
And they were great. I really love those guys. And I'm like, well, why is that a problem? It's not a problem. They're just actually
Was
playing
it
what
a
they
problem?
do. No, it's good.
I don't think it was a problem. Okay.
Okay. Well,
So,
simple fact is,
thank you for joining us.
please.
Oh, this was so much fun. And so,
It's a hell of a lot of fun
so glad you joined us.
on
Thank
a
you.
Thursday.
Wednesday.
Well, actually,
Wednesday.
I'm totally off.
Wednesday.
Stop that. It's totally off. It's Wednesday, please, people.
Jim.
I got 2 days to go before the end of the week. God damn it. So there we go. Listen, it's awesome to join you here on a Wednesday and present a couple of hours of fun and all of these things about fairies and sundry. We're talking about county fairs and like cotton candy and clam chowder.
Deep
What
fried Oreos.
the hell is that all about?
Deep fried Oreos.
Has anybody ever actually mentioned Dell's lemonade?
Maybe next week.
Oh, you New England people!
I'm
people-
so glad you joined us. Thank you.
You people in Oklahoma are like, what the hell is this?
Oh, Amy says, I'm
Let's
so glad we
talk.
had this time together.
Let's talk.
Oh, Carol Burnett. Oh, Julie, I'm extra happy you were here.
Listen,
Thank you.
I'm glad you had that time together. It just warms the heart. It's just
It
crazy.
does warm the heart.
I'm gonna get weepy. Well, listen, the end of the day is like, this is all about you and what we do here. We actually bring you entertainment 2 hours on a Wednesday, and if it works, great. If it doesn't work, it's my fault, and I will pay for it later.
Jeez.
But the simple fact is, it's not that hard, people. We're talking about these crazy things that people do. If you have a specific thing you'd like to talk to us about, please drop it in the comments. Send us a PM. We're in good shape.
Oh, the Ranieri theory. Oh my gosh. Family Feud shows with Richard Dawson. Oh, that's a whole other subject. We're going to get into that. I love that
Yeah.
idea. Okay. All right. Yes. Take it. Like, take it. Yes. Take it from Dime. Be excellent to each other.
At the end of the day, Bill and Ted had it correct, and so did another person we could name. If you're trying to actually make it in the world, be very polite to each other everywhere that you go. And you know that wherever you go and whatever you do, you know what's going to happen?
Good night.
What's going to happen?
Night.
We're going to see you soon.
Good night.
Please.